It feels so weird not technically preparing for this Top 5 Wednesday, for not doing my picks, because it was completely a blind pick and I'm like, I don't know what I chose. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. So very excited that you're here. Another week of an exciting Top 5 Wednesday. But in case if you're not familiar with it, in a nutshell, basically each week I choose 5 books, but in this case I do manga to reflect the said prompt. And today is Blindfold pick. I went ahead and chose my picks beforehand. I had my eyes closed. In fact, I don't know what I have. I wrapped them up in a shirt so that I could not possibly see what I chose this morning. Granted, I do think one of them is Full Metal Alchemist because it was an omnibus, and I think that's like the only omnibus that I actually own in my manga collection, so I feel a little bit confident it's that one. But we're going in blind as the prompt says. Close your eyes or, blindfold yourself and just choose random titles off of your shelf to feature. So I'm really curious to see what manga did I pull. So we'll go ahead with number 1. I'm not looking at my pile, and it is, oh my goodness, it's Ottoman Volume 4. I love the covers of this series. I did read volumes 1 through 5 last year, and I stopped reading it, and I don't know why. It wasn't because I wasn't enjoying it, because I really did. This is a unique series, I feel like, that really does a great job of bending gender roles, because our guy here, his name is Azuka, he really likes girly things. He likes, I don't think he likes makeup per se, but he likes, sewing, knitting, making cute stuffed animals, and reading shoujo comics. Majority for the typical gender stereotypes that men do not do those things, but he definitely does. And so he likes this woman who is very manly. She does, I believe it's judo. I wouldn't say she's buff or muscular, but she's very strong. She doesn't know how to cook, so she has more of the man stereotypes than, say, I guess is usually the female gender stereotypes. So it flips those on its head in this really fun story. This guy is something else. He's his rival, Azuka's rival. He loves doing makeup. He loves just making women beautiful, and that's really discouraged, I believe, in his family, because I think his family, it's not judo, whatever sports they do, his family is like some of the best of the nation, and they're like, no, you will not be a makeup artist, even though that's like his dream job. This is going to be one of the series that's up for voting in the first round come next Friday, so be prepared next week to vote. There are 28 titles, so this is one of them. I really hope it does well, because I really want to finish reading it, because it's just such a fun and great series. For number 2, it is, oh, I was wrong. It was High School Debut. I completely forgot that I had these as omnibuses. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot. I love this series. I do have a review up on this channel if you'd like to check it out. It is one of my favorites. Yo and Haruna are amazing. I love them so much. I love how different they are, but they have such a great relationship. It is goals. I'm trying to remember what distinctly happens in this volume. Oh, this is where this one girl, I think yes, it's with the one girl. She's totally interfering with Yo and Haruna gains a bunch of weight, and I didn't love the whole arc or scenario, but I really loved how Yo still loved Haruna even when she had gained a lot of weight, because she started eating a whole bunch because she thought they weren't together anymore. And it was so moving. It was so emotional though. And I was like, that was the one time that I got really frustrated with him, because I'm like, you tell Haruna to be mindful of how much you smile at guys, how close you are to them. And I'm like, you were completely oblivious to this girl who has a huge crush on you. And I'm just like, you should have taken your own advice for this. But I love the characters minus Yo's sister. Oh my gosh, I cannot stand her. She's one of my least favorite shoujo people in a manga ever. I just cannot stand her. But everybody else I really liked. It's a great story. Well, and I guess that one girl that's causing issues, but the main cast of characters, I liked all of them. It's a great and funny story. I really enjoyed reading this. It was such an emotional ride. It's so good, and eventually I definitely need to reread this. I can't believe I forgot that I had those. For number 3, it is, oh my goodness, Haru Ride. Oh man, I need to finish collecting this series. I'm only missing 4 volumes, 3 or 4 volumes, and it's right in the middle. And I'm just like, Laura, but it hasn't been high on my priority because I haven't had a strong desire to reread this series. I did do a review of this, I think in the 25 days of manga last year, and it was so good. I love Iosaki Saka's work. It is just so amazing. In fact, one of her upcoming titles that we're finally getting in English is Saku, I think is the name of it. It's in my top 10 most anticipated series coming out this year. It comes out, I believe, in December. Oh, yes, I am not missing another manga by her that comes out in English because I have missed all three of these. Strobe Edge, Let Me Not, and Aoharu Ride. I have not read Let Me Not, but anyway, we were talking about Aoharu Ride. I really, really enjoyed this story. It makes me upset that many people who've only seen the anime say Kyo is a red flag hero. He is not a red flag hero. I love him in this series so much, and I'm just like, please go read the manga. Please go read the manga. Grant, the anime is amazing. It is one of the few, if only, I think it's the only, to be honest, shoujo anime I have watched from the beginning to the end. I love it so much. The opening song is everything. But I really enjoyed Futaba. There is definitely a lot of drama that happens in this series, a lot of angst, but it was so worth it getting to the end. Seeing the characters grow, you really see that they do not always make the best decisions, and it's really hard seeing them not make the best decisions. But they feel in the moment at times that they are doing the right thing, except for Futaba. I do feel she was pressured a little bit into a decision that she makes that, I was going to say, takes a large role for quite a few volumes. That's true, but I feel like I could have worded that differently. But when it comes to Kyo's decision, he really feels like he's doing the best thing, and I'm just like, there was a lot of emotions, but it's a very good series. I really, really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it. Just be prepared for the angst. It's totally worth it though. For number 4, it is Kaiju number 8. Oh my goodness, I love this series so incredibly much. Every single volume, I forget how to breathe, and I'm like, Laura, you can't forget how to do that. But there's so much at stake. There's intensity. The latest volume was really, really good because Narumi, this character right here, I did not like him in this volume. He looks really cool, but the thing that he says to Kafka, I was like, no, I want nothing to do with you. But he did pretty much redeem himself in the latest volume that released, and I need the next volume ASAP. This series continues to be one of my favorite ongoing shonen manga. I love the characters. I love just how things keep escalating, and then you get these backstories and you see them work together, and it just, it's so good. If you're not reading, I highly recommend it. This series is so amazing. I feel like the art style just continues to shine. It's one of the few shonen manga that I feel like I can actually keep up with the action, which is for some reason always a struggle for me, like in any manga, shonen, shoujo, or any of the other demographics, that if it's too action heavy and I can't connect the dots of the flow of action, then I really struggle with it, and then I don't keep up with it. That has not been a problem for Kaiju number 8 at all. It's so good, and just, I love it. I love it so much, and so glad I was able to feature it for today. For number 5, this is a skinny one, and it is, oh my goodness, it is Toilet Bound Hanakoon Volume 13. So, funny story. If you saw one of my reading wrap-ups, I don't remember which one it was, if it was the January reading wrap-up or the February reading wrap-up, but I mentioned I had pre-ordered the box set, and then my friend Nick at Heartless Weeb reached out and was like, hey, I have the series, I'll sell it to you for a deal. And I was like, well, I will take them. And so I canceled my pre-order of the box set, even though I know the box set is absolutely amazing. I love it. But I got a really great deal for these, and I just, a huge shout out to Nick because I was so excited. And the funny thing is I was so excited, right? Because I read volume 3, absolutely loved it, and I have not read any more since. And I think I'm in my typical dilemma that I always have is I get a manga series and I like have a good stock of it, but then I wrestle, do I keep reading now or do I wait for the final volume to release? And I'm just like, why must I struggle with this? Let me know. Do you guys struggle with the same thing? Or you're like, no, Laura, if I've got the series, I'm reading it. I don't know if this is just a me thing or if other people can relate to this, but just let me know. I love this cover, never mind the sticker, but they are so cute. I don't know who this is right here, but I need to get back into this because I have missed doing my monthly volume reading that I was doing with Hanakoon because it's just such a good series. This has such a great blend of, I was supposed to say romance. I'm hoping there's a romance, but I'm going to say mystery, action, high stakes. I'm blanking on other things. It's just a really good story, and I do know a lot of people say the series does get darker as it goes on, but I love the characters. I'm like, I am willing to endure some spookiness to read some more. And I do think that the yokai is very interesting because I'm not a huge fan of yokai in general because it does creep me out sometimes. That has not been a huge overwhelming part where I feel like it's too much for me. And it might be that maybe, yes, there is a little bit more spooky than I'm used to, but the characters, they're amazing. I don't know who this girl is, but this cover is just absolutely stunning. I would flip through it, but I'm like, this is volume 13. We're 10 volumes ahead of where I'm at. I'm like, that is spoiler central. All right, I know that was all 5, but we gotta do an honorable mention. I don't know what this one is, so let's see. Oh, it's Those Not So Sweet Boys. What a good honorable mention. And the final volume, which I reviewed this, I believe, just last week. I love this series. It was so good. Such a strong, satisfying ending. Very emotional journey. I have not read a manga series in a full day in a really long time, but this one, yes. Yoko no Giri, her art is absolutely beautiful. I was just seeing, look at him. He's so cute. Her art's absolutely stunning. The storytelling is just so engaging, and the way that she writes romance, yes, is awesome, but the blending of friendship in the story and just how beautiful and thought-provoking it is and just really moving. Like, I feel like there's always many layers to her work, with especially with Those Not So Sweet Boys. Like, it's more than just a romance, and I love it. I definitely and highly recommend Those Not So Sweet Boys. It is such a sweet and moving story. If you want more thoughts on it, definitely check out that review that I did, because I gave non-spoilers, gushed about all the guys, why I liked them or did not like them, as well as how and why I liked Midori, because she is a great heroine. I love Yoko no Giri's heroines, like hands down. It's probably one of my favorite parts. I love how compassionate they are, how usually headstrong they are, and how they're willing to do whatever it takes to help the people around them. And that just resonates with me, and I just really love those kind of heroines. It's so sweet and so amazing. And that, my friends, were all of my Blindfold picks. So many good picks. I love all of these. It was really exciting to gush about all of these series. Even though I have not finished reading Toilet Bound or Ottoman, it was still great to be able to talk about them and remind me, like, Laura, you continue to have great series on your shelf. You need to read what's on your backlog of TBR before going out and buy more manga, because I know there's plenty of good titles releasing, but I have plenty of good titles right here as well. But let me know what you guys think. Have you guys read any of these series? Did you enjoy them? Did you not enjoy them? Or have you not read them? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!